Have you ever had a brilliant idea pop into your head only to see it fade away just as quickly? In the world of pharmaceuticals, that's exactly what happens if an idea isn't protected. Think about it. An idea alone is like a fragile light bulb. It shines for a moment, but without protection, it can shatter at the slightest touch. In pharma, an unprotected idea is just a fleeting thought, impossible to defend, impossible to sell. Imagine pouring years of research and millions of dollars into developing a new medicine, only to have someone else copy it overnight. Sounds unfair, right? Without protection, investing millions in research would be commercial suicide. That's where intellectual property rights, especially patents, step in. Think of them as a suit of armor for your ideas. Intellectual property rights, especially patents, are the legal armor that transforms fragile ideas into valuable assets. A patent is like a superpower. It gives you the exclusive right to stop others from making or selling your invention for a set period. That's a big deal. A patent grants exclusive rights to prevent others from making or selling the invention for a limited time. This exclusivity is the foundation of the entire pharmaceutical industry. It's what attracts investors and allows companies to recover the huge costs of research and development. This exclusivity is the foundation of the pharmaceutical industry, attracting investment and enabling companies to recoup R&D costs. But here's the catch. The journey from idea to medicine is long, expensive, and full of risks. Most compounds never make it to the pharmacy shelf. The drug development journey is long and risky, with most compounds failing before reaching the market. Patents give hope to investors. They know that if a drug succeeds, there's a reward, market exclusivity. That's what keeps the wheels of innovation turning. Patents reassure investors that success will be rewarded with market exclusivity. This allows companies to set prices that reflect not just manufacturing, but the cost of all failed attempts. In return for this temporary monopoly, society gets something priceless: access to new life-saving treatments that wouldn't exist otherwise. In exchange for this temporary monopoly, society gains access to new life-saving treatments. If you're dreaming of leading in pharma, understanding patents isn't just helpful, it's essential. They shape everything from licensing deals to mergers, from R&D to marketing strategies. For future pharma leaders, understanding patents is essential. They shape licensing, R&D, mergers, and marketing. A strong patent is both a sword and a shield. It protects your market share and gives you leverage in negotiations. A strong patent is both a sword and a shield. It protects market share and strengthens negotiations. But if your patent is weak, your discovery is left exposed, open to competition, and at risk of being lost in the crowd. Weak patents leave discoveries exposed to competition. Mastering intellectual property rights is your key to navigating the real world of pharma, where science meets business and ideas become impact. Mastering intellectual property rights is key to navigating the commercial realities of pharma. In this industry, ideas only matter if they're protected. So the next time you have a spark of inspiration, remember, give your idea the armor it deserves. In this industry, ideas only matter if they're protected. Pharmaceutical patents create a constant tension rewarding innovation versus ensuring access to medicines. Patents incentivize breakthroughs by granting exclusivity, but can make life-saving drugs unaffordable for many. Innovators argue strong patents are essential for future cures. Without them, investment dries up. On the other side, patients and governments see patents as barriers, keeping prices high and treatments out of reach. They push for generic competition to lower costs and expand access. As a pharma MBA, you'll stand at the center of this debate. Your challenge balance robust innovation with responsible access. This means mastering patent law, pricing, licensing, and public policy. The goal isn't to pick a side, but to find creative solutions that reward innovation while expanding access. The future of pharma depends on keeping this balance. Before the 1990s, intellectual property laws varied wildly between countries, creating uncertainty for global pharma. The TRIPS agreement, introduced by the WTO in 1995, set minimum global standards for IP protection, including 20-year patents for pharmaceuticals. This forced countries like India to overhaul their laws, aligning with global norms and encouraging investment. TRIPS also included flexibilities, like compulsory licensing and the BOLA provision, to help countries balance patents with public health needs. Compulsory licensing lets governments authorize generics in emergencies. The BOLA provision allows generics to prepare for market entry as soon as patents expire. Parallel importation enables countries to import cheaper patented drugs from abroad. These flexibilities are vital for access, but their use is often politically charged. Innovator companies argue they undermine innovation, while others see them as essential safeguards. The struggle over TRIPS flexibilities shapes global health policy. India's patent story is a lesson in balancing access and innovation. Until 2005, India only allowed process patents, not product patents, for drugs, enabling local firms to reverse engineer medicines and supply affordable generics worldwide. This made India the pharmacy of the developing world. Joining the WTO and TRIPS forced India to introduce product patents, but lawmakers added Section 3(d) to prevent evergreening minor tweaks to old drugs to extend monopolies. Section 3(d) requires new forms of known substances to show significant therapeutic improvement to be patentable. This higher bar protects against trivial patents and keeps generics flowing. The provisions soon faced a major legal test. India's unique approach would soon make global headlines. Section 3(d) became the battleground for innovation versus access. The world watched as India defended its right to prioritize public health. The outcome would set a precedent for developing nations everywhere. The Novartis case put India's Section 3(d) in the global spotlight. Novartis sought a patent for a new salt form of its cancer drug Gleevec, claiming improved bioavailability. The Indian Patent Office rejected it, citing no significant therapeutic improvement. Novartis challenged the decision and the law itself, arguing it was vague and TRIPS incompatible. Public health advocates warned that overturning Section 3(d) would allow evergreening and block generics. The Supreme Court upheld Section 3(d), ruling that only genuine therapeutic advances deserve patents. Improved bioavailability alone wasn't enough. The verdict was hailed as a victory for access to medicines and set a global precedent. India showed that patent law could be tailored to protect public health. The case redefined the boundaries of pharmaceutical innovation. Real-world cases show how patent law impacts access. Gilead's hepatitis C drug. Sofosbuvir was priced out of reach for most, but in India, Gilead granted voluntary licenses to generics, slashing prices and expanding access. This proactive approach enabled millions to afford treatment. In contrast, Bayer's cancer drug Nexavar remained unaffordable in India. The government issued a compulsory license to Natco Pharma, allowing generic production at a fraction of the price. Bayer fought the decision but lost, setting a precedent for using TRIPS flexibilities. These cases highlight two paths: voluntary licensing or government intervention. Both can make life-saving drugs accessible in a patented world. The choice between cooperation and compulsion shapes global health outcomes. The stakes are high for patients and companies alike. How patents are managed can mean the difference between access and exclusion. The world is watching. Countries interpret TRIPS differently, reflecting their priorities. The US favors strong patents and rarely uses flexibilities, believing this drives innovation. The EU balances innovation with healthcare budgets, sometimes using compulsory licensing to negotiate prices. Brazil uses the threat of compulsory licensing to lower drug costs and requires health agency approval for pharma patents. South Africa's laws allow broad use of flexibilities, and its legal battles affirmed the right to protect public health. Each country tailors global rules to local needs. There's no one-size-fits-all model for patent law. For pharma leaders, understanding these differences is crucial for global strategy. The patent maze is complex, but mastering it is essential. The future belongs to those who can navigate it. Pandemics and AI are reshaping the patent landscape. COVID-19 exposed global inequities. Wealthy nations secured vaccines first, sparking calls to waive IP rights for pandemic products. The TRIPS waiver debate highlighted the tension between rapid access and protecting innovation incentives. Meanwhile, AI is revolutionizing drug discovery, raising new questions. Can AI be an inventor? Who owns AI-generated patents? Courts worldwide are divided. Some accept AI inventors, Others insist on human inventors. This challenges the core of patent law, which is built to reward human ingenuity. Pharma MBAs must anticipate new models of collaboration and IP ownership. The rules are evolving, and leaders must adapt. The future of pharma IP will be shaped by crises and technology. Those who understand these shifts will lead the industry. The next era demands new thinking. The pharma IP landscape is rapidly evolving. Biologics and biosimilars are creating new patent challenges, with complex patent thickets delaying competition. Pharma MBAs must master these new strategies, whether defending innovation or enabling biosimilar entry. Patent pools like the Medicines Patent Pool offer collaborative ways to expand access while rewarding innovators. Digital health and AI-driven drug discovery blur the lines between patents, copyrights, and trade secrets. Protecting innovation now requires a holistic approach across biotech, data, and software. Future leaders will need to craft IP strategies that span all these domains. The ability to adapt will define success. The next generation of pharma leaders will shape the future of medicine through smart IP strategy. Stay ahead, stay informed, and lead the way. The world is waiting.